Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here, and congratulations to all the other honorees that are here tonight. My friends Sammy Davis and Mike Thornton. Dee Dee, thank you so much for having me here, and Foster and Mike. The Joe Foss Institute does such wonderful, wonderful work. Truly honored to stand before you tonight and accept this award for patriotism. To be acknowledged by such an esteemed organization, one whose purpose I wholeheartedly support, is incredibly validating. The mission of the Joe Foss Institute is simple: to educate our children, to promote patriotism and love of country in future generations. And in times like these, the value of that work is immeasurable. As a young student, like so many of my generation, I took our freedom for granted, and I never thought much about the price that had to be paid to secure that freedom. In my early 20s, after meeting my beautiful wife, Moira, whose two brothers both served in Vietnam, and through the work I was doing with a group of Vietnam veterans, my eyes began to open. They opened even further when, as an actor, I played a Vietnam veteran who was injured in battle, and I was introduced to the Disabled American Veterans Organization. And then on September 11th, 2001, my eyes were wide open. As with so many others, from that day forth, I felt an immediate call to action, to serve my nation. And as I watched our military respond, our young servicemen and women bearing the burden of war, even to the most final of sacrifices, my heart was with them. With veterans in my family and having worked with veterans for many years, I knew exactly where and how I intended to invest my efforts. I volunteered for the USO, anxious to help our service personnel and their families, anxious to let them know how important and how appreciated their service is. Before long, I found myself standing in a war zone, shaking hands, signing autographs, and taking pictures with our defenders. I met so many extraordinary people whose courage and perseverance simply overwhelmed me. The world as I saw it was changed forever. There was a way that I could serve my country, and it has gratified me as I had never felt before. This, I understood, was my calling. From forming the Lieutenant Dan Band and touring the military bases of the world to visiting the wounded at Walter Reed, Bethesda, Landstuhl, and many other hospitals, to distributing school supplies to impoverished children where our troops are serving across the globe, helping in the construction of a tribute to the 416 first responders lost on 9/11, the Brooklyn Wall of Remembrance, and the Disabled Veterans for Life Memorial honoring all our disabled veterans, and then most recently, the founding of the Gary Sinise Foundation. The journey that has led me to stand before you tonight has enriched me in ways I never imagined possible. As John F. Kennedy so famously said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. I never felt or understood those words more than after the attacks a decade ago. Our country needed help, and I, as an American, and as a way to heal my own personal grief at what had happened to all of us, needed to do something, to do my part. Supporting our warriors, our first responders, and their families is a way that I can help, and I have been privileged to do so. Our security is critical to a lasting liberty. At the Gary Sinise Foundation, we live by the words made famous by our nation's 30th president, Calvin Coolidge, who said, The nation which forgets its defenders will itself be forgotten. And having an understanding of what makes our country great and why it is worth defending is critical. Today, an entire generation of young Americans are coming of age with no recollection of what happened on that terrible September day. It is glossed over in our schools without giving it the significance it deserves. Because of this, and because it is so important that young people have an understanding of what freedom truly is and what it has cost us as a country to enjoy it, the work of the Joe Foss Institute has never been more important. Their mission to inspire young people to serve their country and to continue America's tradition of generosity and integrity makes me proud to be aligned with such a noble organization. I'm truly humbled to be selected as its recipient of the 2011 Patriotism Award. Thank you all. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.